Welcome to the Appointment Subcommittee meeting for the February 10th, 2014. Before us, we have a few applicants for various positions within our community, and the first being a residency waiver for Lauren Husak, part-time public library, 26 Saratoga Street, East Boston, Mass. Please come to the podium, and when you get to the podium, state your name and address for the record, please. After Counselor works on it. Oh, okay, welcome.
Is it working?
It's working.
Okay. My name is Lauren Chuksha. I live at 26 Saratoga Street, East Boston.
Okay, and you're asking for a residency waiver because you live out of the city.
Correct.
And we were privileged to have some information regarding that from the director last week. And so, are there any members on the appointment subcommittee, Councilor Giannino, Marabito, Patch, or Reardon, have any questions at this time?
I have no question.
There's a statement from Councilor Marabito.
I read your resume. I think you're qualified as an applicant, but how did you come about applying to Revere Library?
It was on a website that it was a specific website for library jobs in Massachusetts, and it was one of the jobs that was listed. So I applied for it. I was familiar with Revere because I used to live here. So, and I've been to the library, so that's why I applied. That's how I found it, and that's why I applied.
Excellent.
Thank you. Thank you, Councilor. Councilor Reardon.
Thank you very much. Once again, I have to say this is every time we have a residency waiver, it's usually for a good reason, and this certainly is. It's a professional position as far as I'm concerned. It has the backing of the director, and she's only a few streets away, right? Well, we've had some issues with East Boston lately, but you coming on board certainly is not one of them. So I'd be in favor of this waiver. Thank you.
Council President Zambudo.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. You certainly seem to be well qualified for this position. What number Saratoga do you live at?
26.
26, so you're way down the other end.
Yeah.
But that's okay. We'll consider you a neighbor anyway. We look forward to you doing a great job at our library here. Thank you.
Councilor Giannino.
Thank you. I asked most of the questions I had last week, and thank you again for both of you for coming. I really appreciate that. And I believe that this is one of those cases where it was posted to Revere residents. The jobs weren't applied for, so I'm happy to have you here, and we'll support it. Thank you.
The important part of what you said was, you said it was on the website, it was available for everybody anywhere. You saw fit to apply for it, and we, as the director stated last week, 3 people applied, 2 had absolutely no credentials for it, and 1 really didn't meet the criteria as required and needed for the position. So you've done everything you possibly could. We've done everything we possibly could as a community, looking out and reaching out for good help. So we welcome you here. We'll be voting on this evening. It'll go out favorably, unanimously by the City Council, so there's no need to stay around. And you can rest assured you'll be approved. Do a good job for our community and serve our citizens well. Thank you. Thank you for applying. The next is a reappointment to the Conservation Commission, Joseph A. Lavalley, 41 Bickford Avenue, Revere, Mass, for a 3-year term. Hi, Joe.
Councilors. Joe Lavalley, 41 Bickford Avenue, Revere.
Any questions from the membership of the council? Councilor Giannino.
Thank you. Just a quick statement. I had the privilege of getting to know Mr. LaValle at Revere High School, and he's a phenomenal person. He was a phenomenal dean, and I'm happy to see you up here, and I wish you luck. You have my support 100%.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor. Any other councilors wishing to speak? Did any other councilor here have him as a dean? No, looking at you guys, you're too old.
Actually, I think I worked a couple of details with him. He was a reserve police officer.
That's right, he was. Well, I was speaking to Joe earlier. I said, how many years, Joe, has it been? It's over 30, I would imagine. He says, on and off, probably.
Yeah,
So
somewhere
you've really
around.
served our community for a long time, and with your knowledge, and I hear everything's good news about you and the way you serve our community. Congratulations.
Thank you, Counselor.
We'll be voting this out favorably this evening. There's no need to stay in attendance, and congratulations. Do a good job for our community.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you. Next is reappointment to Disability Commission. Lucy Cavallo, 4 Adams Court, Revere, Mass. for a 3-year term. Take your time, Lucy. You're going to change your address?
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't been in Adams Court for over a year.
Okay.
I live in the Jack Satter house.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that because 4 Adams Court was my ward.
Yeah.
Well, Lucy, all good things come to an end at some point, and now you're down at the Jack Satter House helping them. That's great. Any members of the council subcommittee wishing to have a word? Is Council President Zambuto.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Lucy has served this city very well for a long time, and she still is my constituent at the Satter House, so I haven't lost her. But we're happy to have you continue to serve the disabled in the city. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other members wishing to speak? Seeing none, I'll vote that out. And voting favorably. All in favor, all opposed? So ordered. Lucy, you've been reappointed. Congratulations.
Thank
Do a
you.
great job as you've done in the past.
Thank
And
you.
have a nice night.
Thank
Congratulations.
you. Thank you.
The next is a reappointment of to the Health Board for Dr. John Benicki, 140 School Street, Revere, Mass. for a 3-year term. We all know John, and he's asked and called that he can't, at this particular time, he can't make it because of the time of his profession. And we do make exceptions to the rule because, especially for when individuals do such a great job. So is there a motion on the floor to approve Dr. Benicki?
So moved.
There's a motion on the floor to approve. All in favor, all opposed? So ordered. Dr. Benicki's name will be placed before the council hold this evening, and we'll vote him out favorably and know that he will serve our community again for 3 years. Having said that, this concludes the appointment subcommittee meeting for February 10th, 2014, and thank you very much for your attendance.